Fuck you. That's my name.
Hey, this is Sharks Across Hollywood. We're going to talk about the Birdcage. It's very appropriate. We were going to do this like a couple weeks ago, whatever, when we picked it because we were watching it and Rachel's like, hey, you guys should do the Birdcage. And we're both like, yeah, sure, why not?
And I had just picked it up at the pawn shop. I had found it
nice.
for 99 cents. And so I was like, hell yeah, I just got that. So yeah, we were talking about it and it was like, yeah, let's do it. And then tragically it became timely.
Yeah, and that shit just kept getting weirder and weirder, and by that shit I mean the death of Gene Hackman, his wife, and his dog. And it just gets sadder and sadder the deeper you dive into it.
Oh yeah, the most recent information to come out on that was that apparently Hackman's wife had died and he was suffering from severe Alzheimer's, and for whatever reason, I guess he didn't realize that she had died or something like that, or he didn't know what to do about it, and then he ended up dying of neglect over the course of a week or something like that.
Yeah, it was like 5 days later or something.
Oh man, and then of course the dog died on top of it, and it's oh god,
and probably for the same reason. Like
yeah,
he had 2 other dogs that survived, so that's good, I guess.
That's some brutal shit right there. That's going down hard.
Rest in peace to Gene Hackman and his wife and their little doggy. Because Gene Hackman might have been one of the coolest people on the planet, and I'm just learning all this stuff about him now. He was on Ronald Reagan's watch list. Or Nixon. One of the 2 douchey presidents, he was on their watch list because he was a little too Democrat-y, apparently. So yeah, he was on a government watch list for a while. And that's fucking awesome.
That's pretty cool.
And my favorite thing about him is that he looks like he would be exactly like the character that he plays in this movie, a right-wing senator who doesn't necessarily hate gay people, but really, really doesn't understand it, because once it's all revealed at the end of the movie, he's like, wait, you're Jewish? And like that's the thing that his mind wraps itself around, because that's the only thing he can understand.
His just total confusion at the end of this movie is hilarious.
I'm just making jokes throughout like most of my notes. The movie opens with the worst thing to happen to the world since universal healthcare. A drag show. And I wrote this part down. Funny though, I don't see any school-age children in attendance. Must be... Hang on, we're not done. Must be eating, air quotes, cheese pizza in the basement.
Ew. Oh, what the fuck, dude?
What?
That's messed up.
I'm just covering a decade's worth of conspiracy.
That's messed up. Oh my god. Wow.
To be fair, there aren't any children in this movie.
No, there aren't any. Well, unless you count the couple getting married, which I do at this point.
Yeah, but they're too old for the basement.
Oh god. I'm trying to get away from it, and you keep dragging it back. What the fuck, dude?
Oh, Hillary, you silly goose. Let the children go.
That is fucked up. Oh, wow. Okay. Like,
it's a way to start it. That's what we do.
That was right out the gate. Holy shit. You didn't introduce us again, by the way.
Oh, I'm Andrew. That's the Rev. The one who's very confused about, not confused, like flabbergasted by what I said.
I go dark, but Jesus Christ. I'm not afraid of going dark, but that was intense. I guess I've been watching too much Instagram recently, where everybody's like schmecks, unalived, corn.
My God.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit.
I want to start like 100 fucking TikTok channels just so I can be like, hey guys, sex, murder,
dead,
rape,
porn.
I don't even like grapes. Fuck off.
I get so fucking angry. I block everyone who comes up that I see that this starts using that shit.
I understand that the algorithm is kind of brutal and you might lose money. So, like, I can't really, but it's so fucking annoying. Like, we're just pretending that shit doesn't exist when we call rape grape. You graped somebody.
Yeah, you're still putting the fucking idea in my head. Just because you didn't use the word doesn't mean you didn't put that idea in my head.
And it makes it sound cute.
Yeah, it's a way of it's a way of completely. Oh, it makes me so angry. I have trouble articulating.
It's really irritating.
It's not just irritating. It's damaging to thought.
That's why after the TikTok ban happened, I've been on TikTok maybe 5 times. It's no longer interesting. It's all, not to mention that it's all political content now. I just want boobs and dogs. That's all I want. And
that's what I use Instagram for, actually. Yeah. A lot of boobs, a lot of dogs.
My Instagram.
Well, I mean, cute animals of all kinds, really. Bunnies, cats, capybaras. Oh, there's such good capybara content on Instagram right now. What the fuck are sugar gliders?
I follow a lot of animal pages on all my social media because
so fucking cute.
We need a little happy.
Yeah.
Sloths.
Definitely.
Sloths are the
oh
fucking
my god,
best.
Sloths are amazing. Oh, have you watched Slaughterhouse?
No, not yet. Oh, I forgot about that.
Watch it. It's
need to.
amazing. I watched it with my roommate a couple of weeks ago. It's fantastic. The only downside of Slaughterhouse is it's a PG-13. So
oh, is it?
Yeah, so everything's kind of
fuck?
censored, But it's still a lot of it's terrific.
So the mid 90s had more positive gay representation than I really realized at the time. Because you had the Birdcage, you had Priscilla Queen of the Desert, you had Tu Wong Fu, to a lesser extent, Tu Wong Fu, which is just Priscilla Queen of the Desert, but with Patrick Swayze.
You don't have to sell me any further on Tu Wong Fu. I already bought my copy. We should actually do it. I haven't watched it yet, and I want an excuse.
Oh, you haven't seen it?
No, I haven't seen it.
I watched it when I was a kid because my mom rented it, so I ended up watching it. Then I bought the Shout Factory copy, and we're like, I'm like, this isn't as good as I wanted it to be, but it's still cool.
Patrick Swayze, John Leguizamo, and Wesley Snipes as drag queens. I'm fucking there. I'm on board. You got me.
John Leguizamo, as a kid, I'm like, wow, she's hot.
He does look disturbingly good in drag.
Yes.
Like, it's upsetting how good he looks.
There's a nice little reference to the younger Kennedys in this first scene too, and I'm like, is Captain Dipshit Kennedy there? I'm guessing probably.
Well, he's a little bit old. He's a little bit older. Well, God, no, he might have been because this was 94. This is 30 years ago.
Yep.
Shit. Yeah, he might have been he was probably in his 30s or something.
And
like
even this character's like, with the Kennedys, which ones? They're like the younger ones. Like, just give them coffee. And I don't know.
I really want Ted.
I don't know if that was like, fuck them, or if you give them alcohol, they'll act like assholes. I'm not entirely sure what that joke was.
Yeah, probably a little of both.
And this movie is filled with national treasures. All right?
Absolutely. Sorry, I was a little... You said national treasure, and my mind immediately went to Nicolas Cage. I was like, he's not in this. Where is he in this?
I wish. No, you have Robin Williams, you have Nathan Lane, Hank Azaria, Gene Hackman, Callista Flockhart.
Okay, a little less of a national treasure there.
I know, a little less. That's why she's last. But then you also have the mom from Edward Scissorhands, whose name I can't remember.
Diane Wiest.
And she's great.
I prefer to think of her as the mom from the Lost Boys, but I'll give you Edward Scissorhands from
the Lost Boys also. And then the guy who plays the son, which is probably the reason I didn't really like this movie the first time I watched it.
I fucking hate this kid immediately
because I don't love the actor.
I hate everything. He's so he's got the most punchable face. Plus, he's playing a dick.
And I was gonna say I didn't really notice the last couple times I watched this, but I'm like, wow, he is a fucking asshole. What is wrong with this kid?
He comes around in the end, but fuck, I just fucking hate this kid. Okay, all right, we're talking about it now. I remembered this movie as a rollicking, lighthearted comedy.
And
that was how I felt about it when I watched it in the 90s. I was still pretty deep homophobia back then, but I could recognize funny when I saw it, like it's funny. It's just flat out funny. And honestly, I think the homophobia helped me enjoy it more because now I'm watching it and it's just making me sad how completely totally normal and socially acceptable, just deep level homophobia was, where it's normal and acceptable for this kid to just go in and be like, yeah, you need to completely change who you are for these assholes.
Because I want to marry a girl who's 17, maybe 18.
She is 18. They did say she's 18.
But at the beginning, when we first meet him, they say, you're only 17.
See, I thought they said that too. Did they fuck up the script on that?
That's what I'm wondering. I'm like, did somebody...
Because later they say, you're 18.
I remember that too.
Yeah.
And I'm like, wait, she's 18? Wasn't she 17 yesterday? Even Rachel said that. She's like, wasn't she 17?
They must have fucked up the script. It must have been a script fuck. Yeah, because I thought the exact same thing. The only reason I went with 18 is because they definitely said it later, because my mind was so tuned in on it. I was like, yeah, of course you're protesting. These kids they're fucking children.
I was gonna say, either way, too young to get married, everybody.
I remember when I was younger watching it going, fuck you guys. This is perfectly normal. They're adults. It's perfectly fine. And then watching it now, I'm like, nope. I'm 100% on Robin Williams' side. Stop this from happening. This needs to not happen.
And a lot of people in my family still think that's the right thing. Like my cousin's daughter had a kid, which drove me fucking crazy, because it's the same situation that her mom is in, where she had a kid and the dad took off and they don't have any contact. Guess what happened to her daughter? Her daughter had a kid and the dad fucking took off and they don't have any contact. At 19. 18, 19. I'm like, my aunt told me, and I'm like, isn't she a little young? And she's like, no. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, just because your body can do it does not mean that it should.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, if we're talking physical capacity, as you probably could have taken care of it at 12, does that mean that's on the table now? Because I think that's probably a pretty bad fucking idea.
According to some creepy weirdos out there, yes.
Yeah,
it's perfectly acceptable.
Those people need to disappear from society, is all I'm saying. Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Whew.
The biological argument is ridiculous at this point. Yes, I mean, we need to have a discussion about the biology, like just because, like, I honestly don't think we're doing enough to address the biology issue on a societal level, because kids are in fucking torment for years. Like, that really, I do think we need to do something to address that, because it's horrible for kids.
Okay, so what you're saying, this is what I'm picking up from what you're saying. We need to make little preteen fuck zoos.
No. I am not on board with that at all.
That's what you're saying.
I want to be very clear. I'm not on board with that.
That's what he was saying.
No, I'm saying we need to do something because evolution is not catching up like it should. Our brains are advancing at a different rate from our biology, and we need to do something to help these kids out, to just help them get through it. I don't like maybe something medical. I don't know, but it's horrible being a kid nowadays. It was horrible being a kid in my day, and it was way different back in my day, and it would have actually been more socially acceptable if we'd fucked around back then. But what I'm saying is society's advancing, and we're not helping these kids figure some shit out.
I'm just the more I let it marinate, preteen fuck zoo got funnier and funnier in my head.
This is such a fucked up episode already. Like, it was so fucked up, and then you're like, let's make it more fucked up. I'm trying to spread positivity over here, saying let's help people.
I'm spreading positivity. I'm making people laugh.
Huh. Oh my god, that's so fucked up.
Maybe the zoo part kind of implies that we're gonna let people watch. No, that's weird. But let's not do that. That's the fucked up part.
No, let's make it a preserve.
Yes, there we
preserve.
Go. We did go to the zoo a few weeks ago, and I'm like, well, maybe that's where the idea came from.
Just let them run loose in their natural environment.
Just a bunch of gorillas sitting there with their arms folded, staring at us. That's what. Okay, I need to get off of the preteen fuck zoo because I can keep going.
You do.
This could turn into a whole thing. This is a sitcom idea. But anyways, fucking Birdcage. Nathan Lane might be the funniest person on the goddamn planet.
No, this is his star vehicle for sure.
Yeah,
This I remember. This movie gave us Nathan Lane. I had never heard of the dude before. He's a fucking star in this movie, right out the gate.
He was in Lion King before this.
No, I know I know he'd done other things. I know this was not the start of his career, but this was his star-making moment. This was his breakout.
As far as movies go, he was like a Broadway guy before this.
Yeah, and he's fucking fantastic.
And you can tell. And every time he shrieks, I laugh because it is so fucking funny. He is
so hilarious. Literally every single time I burst out in uncontrollable laughter in this movie, it was Nathan Lane.
It was
every
probably
time.
him, yeah.
Robin Williams is very funny. Gene Hackman is very funny. Diane Wiest is delightful. Everybody in this movie is really good except the son. But Nathan Lane is a fucking star. He is unbelievable.
You made me this short, fat, middle-aged thing. I made you short? Just take some of your Purin tablets. The Purin tablets. Robin Williams is like, dude, what the fuck? You're giving him drugs? He's like, it's just fucking aspirin with the A and the S scraped off. And he's like, that's fucking genius. And Agador, I think.
Oh my God, Hank Azaria is
aside from Nathan
so
Lane,
good.
is the best character in the movie. He is so funny.
Yes.
Every time he's on screen, I was laughing. He didn't have to do anything. I'm just like, oh my God.
I mean, I don't think he ever made me like burst out in laughter in this, but he's just so delightful to watch. This is Hank Azaria at the top of his game, a guy who's already kind of at the top of the game to begin with, in terms of like character actors and voice actors and stuff.
It's the fucking Simpsons. He voiced how many characters on that show?
Yeah, so many iconic voices from your life were done by Hank Azaria, and then to get to see him physically perform as well as he vocally performs.
That happens 3 times technically in this movie with Robin Williams. He's the genie, and that's a great performance.
And Nathan Lane
is
same.
Timon. Great performance.
Although I will say Robin Williams, I wouldn't put Robin Williams on the same level as Hank Azaria as a voice actor, because Robin Williams is brilliant at voices and he's brilliant at his improv and stuff, but Robin Williams isn't as brilliant as a voice actor. Now, this is strictly as a voice actor when he's doing strictly scripted material. Hank Azaria is.
Yeah,
Hank Azaria disappears into his characters. Robin Williams is always Robin Williams. As a voice actor. That's as a voice actor.
That is true. 90% of that shit that he did as the genie was fucking improv.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong.
And
that's why he's great.
Yeah.
Like, when you get Robin Williams and he does that, it's fantastic. So, nothing against him. And as a actor, like as a movie actor, Robin Williams was a genius. Robin Williams was he did amazing stuff, and he was way above Hank Azaria in that. But as a voice actor, Hank Azaria is the guy. Come on.
Robin Williams is one of the most likable human beings that has ever existed. So it's kind of, I just want him back, even if I have to watch him in like RV or something. I don't give a shit.
Well, he's got a great legacy that's out there for the whole world to see. So he left us with a lot of good stuff.
He was an old man, but he also gone too soon. Like, fuck, man. I'm very sad right now.
I wouldn't say Gene Hackman was gone too soon.
Gene Hackman was 90 fucking 5.
Gene Hackman hung on probably a little longer than he should have, if I'm being honest. No criticism of Hackman. I love his work.
I do love that he just kind of like retired. He's like, I made this movie. It kind of sucks. I'm kind of done now.
What was the last movie you made?
Oh God, what was it? Not Cedar Rapids. I want to call it Cedar Rapids. Welcome to Mooseport.
Yeah, that wasn't very good.
I remember when it came out. I never watched it though. He's just like, yeah, fuck this. I'm gonna go write novels now. And that's apparently what he did a bunch, aside from like some voiceover work and some commercials and shit.
Well, yeah, I can't say gone too soon on Hackman. but he will be missed for sure. Yes.
So Albert, who is Nathan Lane, thinks that Armand, who is Robin Williams, is cheating on him because he just wants him to go on stage, and he's like, and he's fucking being all hysterical and shit, you know?
I gotta say, I don't like that as the opening joke at all. I don't care for this one bit. Because here's why. Nobody walked into this movie, at least not for years. Nobody walked into this movie not knowing what it was. Right? Everybody knows. The whole promotional material was, and it was fucking everywhere, believe me. Like I said, I was deeply homophobic at the time. I was surrounded by deeply homophobic people, and we still couldn't escape it, right? The promo for this movie was everywhere. Everybody knew it was about a gay couple and their son who wanted to get married. Everybody knew who the son was. He's heavily featured in the promotional material. So for them to open the movie like this, 10 kinds of creepy.
Just Albert fucking losing his mind.
No. The Albert losing his mind thing, that actually makes sense. But it's after that. It's after Agador is gone. When the son shows up and they play it like he's a lover.
Oh, I know. Okay. So no, I thought the same thing. And Rachel said, she's like, well, it's kind of like a way to show that they're not like toxically masculine. Also, when he's like touching his hair and hugging him and kissing him on the cheek and stuff.
No. I think it's perfectly fine for a dad to be that way with his son. I think that's perfectly reasonable. I don't have a problem with that. What I don't like is that they set it up so that you're supposed to think he's about to fuck this dude.
Well,
when it's his son, and the energy between them never changes throughout the movie. The energy is exactly the same as in that opening sequence.
I didn't get that at
for
all.
the whole movie.
But did you have a boner is the question.
Of course.
Okay, well, you might be the problem.
Because there's never a break moment. There's never a revelation moment either, where it's like,
no, he just kind of like, he's like, oh, stuff and things, and we're talking. Okay, Dad. So how about this? And it just kind of like, poof.
yeah, but they do it without any punch. So there's no. It's not a revelation. It's like, it's almost like you're supposed to lurch or just slump into the understanding that it's his dad. And like I said, nobody walked in not knowing that was his son. And so when he starts fondling his hair and it feels kind of sexual, like that's the way they designed the scene to go.
Like, okay. So no, I see what you're saying now. So in the promotional material, which I do not remember,
it was his son right up there.
Okay.
They're like, Dad, I'm getting married. Like that's the opener, you know, and it's all about how his thing with his son, and the whole thing is his son wants him to hide that he's gay. There was no question about that. So anybody who walked into this movie, with very few exceptions, was going to know it was his son the second he walks on, and then they're building it like there's sexual tension between them, and
then the
creepy.
people who know it's his son, they're just like, what the fuck? Yeah, okay, so it worked on somebody like me who never saw any of the promotional materials and didn't watch it in 96 with the rest of the world.
But literally the only people watching it now with that are people who have never seen a promotional material and just stumbled upon it on someone else's recommendation years after the fact. Because at the time, it was impossible to watch this movie without having, unless you were the kind of person who just goes to the movie and is like, yeah, fuck it, let's see, what is it, Birdcage? Okay, I like birds.
His son has come to talk to him about getting married. And he's 20 years old, by the way. He's getting married to Callista Flockhart, who is 17, maybe 18. Who the fuck knows?
Callista Flockhart looks like a fucking baby in this.
But she's like 30.
She's like late 20s, maybe 30. Because she looks like she's 16.
To be fair, she still kind of does.
No, her features kind of hardened over time. Like in this, she's still got the baby face thing going on.
1964. Oh, so she was only 22.
No, 64.
No, 60. Oh, yeah, 32. Fuck, yeah, 32.
When did this come out?
96.
96?
Yeah.
So it was made in 95. So yeah, she was like 31.
Yep, so yeah.
She looks 16 in this. She looks like a baby.
And then just for reference, I'm curious. Dan Futterman, who plays Val, 1967, so he's a couple years younger than her.
And he looks so much older. He really does look significantly older than her.
It's a creepy relationship.
I mean, 2 years rather isn't that creepy.
But he seems so much older.
Well, that's the thing, is he does look older, and she looks 16, and he looks like he's 25.
It's not like once you figure out the actual dynamic of the relationship, it got creepier. But Marketa Irglova is so much older presenting, you would not have any fucking clue that she's 17 years old in that movie.
It's the Eastern European thing.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's got to be that Eastern European thing.
Eastern Europeans, like just the fucked upness of growing up in Eastern Europe in the 90s made you 10 years older than you actually are. Because you had trauma to deal with that.
Oh my God.
The rest of the world could not understand. Well, certainly the Western world could not understand.
And now Gene Hackman is Callista Flockhart's dad, and he plays like I said, what you think Gene Hackman actually is in real life, a Republican senator. He's not alt-right, because he's not like a monster.
Well, this is before the alt-right had really formed. I feel like over time this character would have gone alt-right. Over the subsequent 20 years leading to the election of Donald Trump, he absolutely. I feel like this senator would have gone that way
had he not been rescued by a gay family.
Yes, I think the gay family probably helped him. But
the reason they have to help him is because bad things are happening for Dad's campaign when a guy that he's like bros with and has this TV show with, where they basically yell at Democrats or something.
Oh, that's actually a really funny scene. That's one of those moments where Gene Hackman is just being brilliant. Is they have this show and it's straight up Fox News shit, but this is before Fox News happened.
Crosstalk.
And it's just these guys, like everybody's shouting over each other, and then Hackman is watching it at home, and he's like, "It's the most intelligent show on television,"
and he's on it, and he's just like, "Yes, look at how cool I am." So this movie's very timely in a lot of ways.
Yeah, unfortunately,
the more things change, the more they fucking don't at all, because we're right back where we started, and life sucks, and I don't want to bring it down. Let's talk about cheese pizza.
You fucking bastard. I will say this. I think we're at least at a point nowadays where if a movie like this came out, nobody would be on board with what's or at least a lot of people would not be on board with what's happening. They'd be like, it's fucked up, man. Your dad shouldn't have to pretend he's not who he is, just so you can like win the approval of this senator. Like it made me cry while I was watching this movie that these guys have to pretend and they have to choose between their son and not being themselves. Especially, oh my God, the scene where Nathan Lane, the scene very near the end where he comes out in the suit.
In the suit, oh yeah.
That fucking broke my heart, dude. Like, there's nothing funny about that scene. I just cried. I cried. It was fucking heartbreaking, and Nathan Lane is so good in that scene. It broke my goddamn heart.
The sitcominess of this thing starts. I said commie. Sorry.
Sorry, Senator.
It starts because the guy that he's doing the show with has died, and it's revealed that he died in the bed of a black prostitute.
An underage
black prostitute played by Trina McGee, who got super famous when she famous enough when she starred as Angela on Boy Meets World for several seasons. Sean's fucking girlfriend, yeah.
Of course there's a Boy Meets World connection. It's the 90s. Why wouldn't there be?
Fuck it. Nathan Lane's got killer legs. You see those fucking legs and those tights when he's rehearsing that play?
He's got good legs.
With that fucking dumb kid with his
oh my God, I
wanted
wanted to smack that motherfucker the whole time. Nathan Lane is up there giving it, and this kid, don't get me wrong, it was perfect. He was perfect, because I was just raging on him the whole time, and of course that's the whole point.
It's only been like 10 minutes of the movie, and you're in love with Albert already because he's just so funny. And
within seconds, he's the best character in the whole movie. Like it's not even subtle. And then this kid is just shitting on his whole performance. Oh my God, I hated this kid so much.
I need to chew gum. It makes me smart or whatever. It makes me think. Like, honey, you need more gum.
No, it's a waste of gum. He says that's a waste of gum.
Later he says, try more gum.
The guy's like, I don't get it. Try more gum. He's so perfect.
Oh, yes.
Oh, my God.
That's good stuff. So it turns out that Barbara and her parents, they're going to try to clean up their image by really digging in wholesale on their daughter's wedding to this young man who is the child of a cultural attaché and some lady.
An ambassador of sorts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's what you get when you use your kids as props. I have no sympathy.
This is basically going to set up. This is like it's now like a feature-length sitcom. This is exactly the kind of shit you get in 20 minutes of a Boy Meets World, because I'm pretty sure they've had an episode just like this. or a Family Matters or something like
Yep.
that. Which I'm here for. I love that kind of shit.
This is a total sitcom setup. There's no question about that.
They have to pretend to be super straight, and they need to send Albert away because he's too, Albert.
That's what's so fucked up about. Like, that's why I can't. Like, I have trouble getting on board for the comedy of a lot of this. Is I was getting roadblocked by like how fucked up it is the way they're treating poor Albert, and even Armand. Like
he does try to be like, okay, you can stay, but you have to be not gay. You need to walk like John Wayne and put your fucking pinky down, which is funny. that scene's really funny. Put your goddamn pinky down, and the toast. I pierced the toast. That's so fucking funny. Oh my god.
Like I said, Nathan Lane, star right out the gate.
Him and Hank Azaria. I just want those two characters to like hang out.
Oh my god, if they did a sitcom of those two,
oh my god,
this household would be just nonstop awesome. Albert and his fucking drama about every goddamn thing,
literally everything.
So good. Oh god, so hilarious. Let's keep it gay in here. What's going on?
Yeah, mega. Make America gay already. They decide that Albert is going to, well, they didn't decide so much as Armand and Albert decided that Albert's just going to play the uncle. It'll be fine. It won't.
No.
It won't be fine.
No.
But Val's real mom is going to get recruited to play the real mom part at dinner.
Yeah, she's got about as
his
much
birth mom, not his real mom.
She's got less mom energy than I do.
So essentially, she gave up Val when she found out she was pregnant, and like there was a money exchange. Armand was doing a show with her, and apparently it was 20 years ago, so he's 50 something now, so he was 30 by the time he's like, I guess I'll experiment with a woman once. But she decided that she just didn't want to be a mom, and it was amicable, and he gave her some money, she gave him the baby, and he's like, that's cool, that's a fair trade. And now she's like a fitness guru person. She does seem like a decent human being, though, at least. Like, she's like, oh, well, this is good because I can, do something for this child.
No, she seems like she's, pretty cool. I mean, obviously not mom material, but hey, she gave up her kid to the person who was, paternal and did give a shit about him. So honestly, in that sort of situation, best case scenario, you know, good for her.
Yeah,
I say cheers to that.
She's not an evil human being that's
no,
like,
not at all.
I'm going to throw it in the garbage can or keep it and fucking beat the shit out of it because I don't like it.
Yeah, I mean, if you got no maternal instincts, and there's somebody who loves that kid and who wants to be a parent to that kid, and do the fucking right thing.
Armand and the mom, they recreate their little dance, and then they're kind of sitting on the couch in her office, and while Albert is sitting out there with the receptionist, like being all anxious and like slamming shit around and being all weird. And the mom gets all handsy with Armand. Like, she's like, oh, you have such a nice hairy chest. I love it. Ah. And she's like getting all handsy, and he's like, hey, whoa, hey, what are you doing? And then Albert walks in and goes, ah!
At the exact wrong moment. Albert walks in at the worst possible moment. She's got her hands practically finger fucking his belly button at this point.
Because the whole movie, he's been convinced that Armand no longer loves him because he won't give him the palimony papers.
You want to talk about an anxious attachment style. Whew.
That's a little bit, yeah. So he just thinks he's being replaced by a woman of all things.
He's going through a midlife crisis. I get it.
We are well, you're already going through it.
I've been in it. You know that. You've watched me.
Me too. Mine is happening.
Yours is getting married at your mid to late 30s.
So we get another piece of what happened to that dead senator. Apparently somebody caught him on like a recording saying, your money's on the dresser, chocolate.
I love that it's a Jesse Jackson quote because, Jesse Jackson
that's right. It was Jesse Jackson.
He was the lightning rod character in the night, like him and Sharpton, man.
Oh yeah, we skipped over the you were talking about the scene with where Albert shows up in the pinstripe suit.
Oh yeah. Oh god, no. That scene, that's not that. It's not even comedy. Like that's
it's not.
That just tore me up, man.
Because so Albert comes in after being like, in his opinion, rejected because he's getting replaced by a woman and his son doesn't want him around anymore. And he comes in and he's in this pinstripe suit, looks like a normal dude. And then he kind of sits down and he has like really pink socks under this dark suit. And he's like, well, one does want a hint of color, and you want to laugh because it's Nathan Lane saying it, and he's been goofy the whole movie. But
that's what's so perfect about it. Like, what's so perfect about it is his own internal sense of humor is intact. He is that witty character. He is that person, but he's breaking inside, and he's just like, can't I have this? Can't I even have this? And he can't. And it's just, you're watching this poor man die. This poor, gentle, insecure soul have all of his fears justified.
Like, all within the span of 24 fucking hours, too. This whole movie takes place over the course of 2 days.
If he recovers from this, it's a miracle.
He will. This is a French movie.
I know.
It's based on a French movie.
It's
or a
based
play
on,
or something.
I've never actually seen the French. I've never seen the French adaptation of the play. I'm curious, although I don't think anybody could stand up to Nathan Lane. I'm just like, and then Robin Williams is a perfect foil for him, and honestly, that's the funniest thing is how subdued Robin Williams is in this movie. Like, overall, because Robin Williams, he's still got that Robin Williams energy, but he is playing the straight man to Nathan Lane's.
Yeah, there's only
character.
one scene where he does the John Wayne voice.
Yeah,
so he does that, but then he also, when he's telling,
but it's all in service to basically what Nathan Lane is doing. Yeah. Honestly, this was for where Robin Williams was at that time. This is almost like him going to Nathan Lane and saying, "Hey, man, I'm going to make you a star."
Well, it's kind of starting his I'm going to start doing more dramas again.
Yeah, because he is so serving Nathan Lane in this movie. Like, all the stuff he does is in service in terms of like his shining humor moments are in service to what Nathan Lane's character's journey is. I guess it's because of the relationship dynamic, but he is essentially playing the straight man to Nathan Lane's, goofy character. It's really saying something when you can get on camera with someone like Robin Williams and outshine him in terms of comedy. That's a remarkable achievement. That tells you how fucking funny Nathan Lane is. And obviously it doesn't hurt that he got kind of the perfect role in this movie. Yeah.
You know what's weird though? I know that I know Robin Williams for his goofy early 90s comedy stuff, but like before that, he did some goofy stuff, but he did a lot of drama in his early film career. It's crazy. The Fisher King and fucking Good Morning Vietnam and Dead Poets Society and shit. He was doing all that shit way before Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, no,
that's crazy to like think of, because I always think like, oh, Robin Williams, comedy guy, Good Will Hunting. He kind of dabbled in drama, but no, he did that way before that shit.
No, he was always doing, like he was an actor in addition to being a comedian. Like, he wasn't, and so, he would get cast in these roles where his energy worked for the role, but they also, a lot of times, like you said, all those movies have heavy dramatic elements too. But he's a great actor. Like, and those directors knew it even back then, before everybody else had figured it out. Same thing with Awakenings. Did you watch Awakenings?
I have not. It's on one of my streaming service lists because I just kind of found it on there, and I'm like, oh, that I want to see him do.
You want to talk about him getting into drama like early?
Yikes.
Like, that's a fucking that movie is heart crushing.
But he's so good at it.
No, he is. He's great, and De Niro is great in that movie too. And Peter Stormare. That was my first experience that I know of with Peter Stormare.
Nice.
Was in that movie.
God, what was my first fucking Peter Stormare experience?
At least I think it was Peter Stormare. If I'm wrong about that, I must have superimposed him on someone else.
I think the first time I like knew who he was and like really knew his name, and I went like, oh, it's that guy. It was The Movie Hero, which is a weird fucking movie to.
A movie that no one but you remembers.
Yeah, I remembers like they fucking knew about it in the first
You
place.
talk about that movie so much. Like that movie has come up at least half a dozen times on this podcast, maybe more. I don't think anybody in the world is talking about The Movie Hero as much as you talk about it.
That is 1000% true. I don't even remember how I fucking heard about that movie.
You might be the only person on Earth who has mentioned the movie Hero a half a dozen times over the last 5 years.
I know. I still have my copy of it. We should definitely. Do you have one? Do you have a copy of it?
No, I do not have a copy of it.
We should do that movie.
I am constantly on the lookout. If I ever see one, I will own it.
I know if I ever see one, I might have to just buy it because fucking. I always forget about that movie until like something triggers it, and I'm like, "Oh, that fucking movie!" And Peter Stormare, 1000% always brings up that movie in my head.
We're either talking about Sisto or Peter Stormare when that movie comes up. It's one of the two.
Jeremy Sisto, maybe because the first time I ever saw him, this is probably where I discovered, where I learned about the movie. He's in a movie called Now You Know, directed by Jeff Anderson. Randall from Clerks. And like I was just really into Kevin Smith, so I'm listening to the commentaries, and he's talking about all these other movies that his friends made, and I'm like, oh, I want to check them out. So I found a copy of Now You Know, listened to the commentary on that after I watched it a couple times. That's probably where I found the movie Hero.
That would make sense. That's a logical journey.
And I remember getting it for 50 cents, the movie Hero, 50 cents at a video store that was closing down.
Good old video store closeout sales.
I know, very sad, but also very lucrative sometimes. So my favorite gag in the movie, well, one of my favorite gags in the movie is Agador not being able to wear shoes. It's one of the funniest fucking things.
It's so stupid, but so perfect.
It doesn't make any sense.
It just adds this element of absurdity to an already absurd situation. Whoever thought to make it so that Agador couldn't wear shoes was a genius. It's such a perfect move because it adds this continuous element of hilarity and absurdity to a situation that is already way the fuck out there. And then here he comes with his fucking crazy walk trying to keep their shoes on.
It's like every time he enters the room, it's like, is he going to fall or is he just going to walk funny?
It's so perfect. You cannot stress enough how much that takes scenes that are already so heightened and just pushes them right over the top.
And the best part is like Nathan Lane is just kind of doing a heightened version of Nathan Lane's voice.
Yeah.
But Hank Azaria is fucking going all out. He apparently based it on his grandmother, that accent and the voice he's doing.
Yeah.
I couldn't begin to imitate this fucking thing.
Oh, fucking forget it. No. Absolutely not.
But everything he says is funny. Literally everything.
He's fantastic. Start to finish. Yeah, Hank Azaria is a star too.
And him explaining to Val that he can't wear shoes is just as funny as him not being able to wear shoes. And he's always singing and always dancing.
It's one of those great moments where because if you listen, I've heard Hank Azaria talk about like the greatest moment in voiceover history. Apparently voiceover artists like they all agree, like there's this one particular cartoon that is the ultimate moment in voiceover, which is where it was Mel Blanc, obviously, and it was a Donald Duck Bugs Bunny cartoon, right? And Donald Duck and Bugs Bunny in the cartoon dress up as each other and do impressions of each other. And so it's Bugs Bunny doing a Donald Duck impression and Donald Duck doing a Bugs Bunny impression. They were like,
it's Daffy Duck.
Oh my God, you're right. It's Daffy.
You son
Duck.
of a bitch.
God
I just caught that.
It is Daffy Duck. You're right.
But we're back on track.
Okay.
We know what you're talking about.
So Daffy is doing a Bugs impression and Bugs is doing a Daffy impression. And they're like, do you have any fucking idea how hard it is to take one character you do that is not your voice? It's a character voice you do, and then do that character doing another one of your characters, and they're doing it, and he's doing it back and forth between them.
Oh yeah, he voiced both of those characters.
Yes,
didn't
he voiced both of those characters. He's going back and forth, having a heated argument between these two characters, doing impressions of each other. They're like, it's genius. No one can do it. Literally, no one can do that. That's what's great about like one of the things Hank Azaria slips into, because he's doing the Agador voice, and then he starts doing Agador trying to sound straight,
to sound like this deep voice guy. And he does it a couple times, even though Val's like, "Stop that shit! Stop it! Just talk in your normal voice." Val specifically asks, "Can't we get a straight a straight
a
butler,
straight maid.
a
They're
straight
like,
maid.
There are no straight maids in South Beach.
But it turns out everybody's there, and now shit's already getting weird. They're waiting for Val's mom to get there.
I wanted to mention also because it's a performance thing, you know, because if you've ever seen Robin Williams, like, you know what Robin Williams is like, and in this he's doing a character, you know, he's obviously he's playing a gay man, so he kind of has these affectations in his mannerisms and the way he's doing things, you know, like he always holds his hands a certain way, you know, and he moves in a certain way, right, in this movie. But then in the scenes where he's instructing Albert on how to move and how to be manly, you know, like John Wayne, he starts doing that. He starts doing his John Wayne impression, like his motions and stuff. But he's still maintaining the motions of his character of Armand.
Sounds more like Marion than John. Get it?
Stop trying to fucking derail me.
Get it? That high five. That was a good one. That was a good one. Okay, keep going.
Dragging in a Robin Hood reference. Okay.
What?
All
What?
right.
No. John Wayne's real name is Marion.
Oh, I thought you were doing a Maid Mary and Little John.
Oh,
reference.
no. John Wayne's real name is Marion.
Oh, that was John Wayne's real name.
Yeah.
Is Mary, like Cobra.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Marion Cobretti. Marion Wayne Eddy.
Oh my God. Okay, I had no idea about that. I didn't know. Anyway, no, but yeah, like, so he starts moving like John, like his gay character doing a John Wayne impression. But if you watch closely in his movements, you can see he's still got those same movements that he was doing, but now he's doing a John Wayne impression with them. It's really impressive from a physical comedy angle. I couldn't even wrap my head around the physicality and the thought that would have to go into moving like that.
If anybody could do it, it's like him, maybe Jim Carrey, but I don't think Jim Carrey could pull that shit off.
I mean, I think that there are some great actors out there, you know, who have a real ability to control their bodies, and I think Jim Carrey is one of them. There are other ones too, but it's just so deeply impressive to me to be able to be in one not yourself impression and then do a second not yourself impression on top of it that maintains. It's like why DiCaprio's character in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was so impressive. Like his scene where he's playing an actor who's playing a character. He is an actor playing an actor who's playing a character badly. But he's performing that character authentically, portraying a character badly. It's like there's so many layers to what's going on there. And the same thing here. It's just really impressive from an acting standpoint. Because I'm becoming more conscious of acting and stuff, because I realize that stage performance of any kind is going to involve a level of acting. You know, it's like I was talking with one of my fellow comics, and he was like talking about how he wants to act. And he's like, yeah, acting is cool. I mean, sometimes you get up there and you get to play a character or something. And I'm like, no, actually, if you think about it, you're always acting when you're on stage, because when you're telling jokes, your whole job is to perform those jokes as if you just came up with them. Like that's what you got to do. You're performing those jokes as if you're making them up on the spot, as if you're just having a conversation with the audience and these jokes came to your mind. Like it's the first time you've ever performed. That's how it should feel. I mean, not everybody needs to do it that way, depending on what your material is, you know. But yeah, like acting has gotten more interesting to me lately, specifically because of that.
Real mom. I call her real mom because she's birth mom. You know, whatever.
Bio mom.
Bio mom, thank you, is caught in traffic and makes everyone wait. So Albert decides he's gonna play the mom, because he's been in a fucking another room making noise the whole time, and they're like, "What's going on?" And they're like, "It's our dog."
What did they call the dog? Like Piranha or something?
Yeah, Piranha. It's our dog Piranha. and she comes out dressed basically like Barbara fucking Bush. It's weird.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
And Gene Hackman is
Smitten.
He is in love with her, like, immediately, and she's like, well, all these Jewish folks and all these gay folks and all these, and she's like, she's just doing the bits, and he's just like, yes, you're absolutely right. And then eventually, you know, we get some trouble in paradise with the conservatives, the senator and his wife, because everybody kind of goes to the bathroom together, the four of them. So it's Callista Flockhart, Val, and Robin Williams, and Nathan Lane, and his wig starts to slip off, so they all have to go into the bathroom together. And then it's just the senator and his wife, and she's like, what the fuck, man? You want to fuck that chick? Is basically where it's headed.
Oh, she's very jealous at the moment, and then
Yeah.
he's like, oh, she's just a classic lady. Like
And
they don't make women like her.
He does
anymore.
not treat her well, and whatever. He doesn't even let her take care of the house.
Did you see the way he looked every time she spoke? It's like he was frightened. He just doesn't even want to let her be her.
Yep.
Like it's hilarious.
It's funny because that's like literally what's happening.
Yeah, it's hilarious that his character is the one who's coming to her. It's so perfect. It's so perfect.
There's also a like reporter guy following them around trying to get like this big story, and he's like
Literally a National Enquirer.
yeah, that kind of guy. He's gumming up the works. It's the
Do
camp
people
counselor
still-
from Headaches.
Do young people still know what the National Enquirer was? Is it still what it was? I don't know.
I said he's the camp counselor from Headaches. What I meant was Heavyweights. I think you're just giving me a fucking headache. But yeah, the National Enquirer. I don't fucking know.
Because now
if anybody
everything
knows.
is the National Enquirer. The fucking Guardian is the National Enquirer now. It's all gossip. Like back in the day, the Enquirer stood for trash journalism. It was all about celebrity gossip, salacious politics, and absurd stories about bizarre things that happen to people. Nowadays, all news is that.
Yeah.
Literally all news is that. Like the Enquirer doesn't mean anything anymore.
Nope. Yeah. So I'm sure it's still on shelves.
Is it? I don't know. I know Us Weekly still is, but I don't know if the Enquirer. I mean, the Enquirer did become effectively just a gossip rag, but honestly, now all news is just gossip rags, pretty much.
I know I used to look at them while I was waiting in line at the grocery store with my parents.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
ooh,
we
Bat
all
Boy.
did. We all did. No,
This-
Bat
this-
Boy was Weekly World News. Now, Weekly World News is a legitimate publication, the only legitimate publication left, if you ask me. Weekly World News are the only ones running the story about the Gutens endorsing the Trump campaign.
The Gutens.
Yes, the Guten, the aliens who have endorsed every successful presidency over the last my lifetime.
Even the Democrats.
Yes, even the Democrats.
Especially the Democrats. I'm
Yes,
guessing.
absolutely. They were all over Clinton.
Well, a lot of people were all over Clinton. Am I right?
High
Oh,
five.
Sorry, Monica. I like you, Monica. Monica's cool. I don't know about the other one.
She is. I follow her on Instagram.
She bounced back.
She's really funny and she's really clever, and I like her a lot.
When the mom shows up, she's not supposed to show up. They put a note on the door, but that guy from the National Enquirer or whatever takes it off and goes, "This should be fun." I'm like, yo, you're a dick.
He's such a dick bag.
But Agador answers the door. Oh, he wants to be called Agador Spartacus, by the way. Well, technically, it was Spartacus at
It
first,
was-
and then somebody he fucked up and said Agador, and he's like, Spartacus. He's like, he likes it when we call him by his. He insists on being called by his full name, Agador Spartacus.
I am Spartacus.
It's perfect. Oh my god! So he opens the door, and there she is, and he's like, "Oh, can I take your purse, like always, or for the first time?" And also all the while he's got shoes on, so he's walking around all fucking weird and falling all over himself. And
They
it's
fucking shoes. Oh my
and
god!
not to mention these shoes don't fit him.
No,
at
they're
all.
so wrong.
I'm
They're
like,
like 4 sizes too big.
I'm like, is that why you don't wear shoes? Is because you don't know how to size your shoes? Or is that just like an extra layer to the joke that we're just not supposed to ask any questions? I can't tell.
Oh god. Well, the way they just so naturally slip right off his feet. Oh god, it's so perfect.
So of course the mom shows up and Nathan Lane is there as the mother, right? They're like, "Oh fuck, what's going on?" So now there's 2 moms, and Gene Hackman's like, "How many moms do you have, Val?" And this is where it gets serious. And Val comes around. He's like, "Just one," and he pulls off Nathan Lane's wig, and then Gene Hackman's like, huh? he is automatically confused, and he's like, oh, and they're like, oh, our real name is Goldman, because they've been calling themselves Coleman with
a silent D.
With a silent D, because they can't be Jewish either. But he's way more concerned. I don't know if he's more concerned, but he just can't wrap his head around the gay factor of the whole thing.
Yeah, I think it's I think the reason he's like, you're Jewish is because that's the only thing he can grasp fully.
Because you see the gears turning, and he's like, wait, what? And the mom's like, dude, he has two dads. They are two men. And then Nathan Lane walks up to him and goes, well, I'm still the same person I was, with one tiny little difference.
Well, not tiny.
Dick joke. Go Nathan Lane.
I just love Hackman's confusion. He's so good at it. He's so genuine in his just total bewilderment.
And I just love the way he looks, because he looks like a conservative guy. All this confusion and all this gay panic and Jewishness apparently threatens to essentially ruin the relationship and ruin the wedding. And that's all very sad. They want to leave, but they can't leave because they've been followed by reporters from wherever the fuck they're from, all the way down to Florida, where they're at now. But all these reporters have been following them because of the controversy with the guy who died. And they try to get out, and people are snapping pictures, and there's all sorts of shit going on. They're like, oh, fuck, we're fucked. We can't leave. And then Nathan Lane, Albert comes up with an idea. He's like, nobody will see you because
no one will recognize you.
Yes.
And I got to say, I would never have recognized him. I completely buy it.
Kind of all of them. All three of them, they put them on.
I just spotted Diane Wiest, but that's because I'm she's the least made up, and I'm a longtime fan.
It's and it's great. They go through, because there's a show going on at the club that they own.
Yeah, every night.
Literally every night. And so they're going to sneak him out. And Gene Hackman, he's like trying to dance with people, but nobody's dancing with him. He's like, I don't want to be the only girl not dancing. I'm like, are you coming around?
I love that he's insecure about himself as well. I love that.
Like, is this unlocking something inside of you, sir? And nothing. It doesn't. And if you want to wear dresses, that's cool. But I'm talking more like, are you going to be more sympathetic to these people?
We'll see.
Birdcage 2.
Yeah, Birdcage 2.
The senator leaves his wife for a man. For Agador. Oh.
Turned out it was the beginning of a steamy relationship between the senator and Agador.
Hey, that is an AI-generated movie that I will fucking go to. Anyways, yeah. So they're all dressed up. Callista Flockhart looks weird. She looks like Liza Minnelli, only skinnier.
I mean, like Callista Flockhart's very cute. She can pull off pretty much whatever she wants. For me the Gene Hackman and then Diane Wiest in her leather boy outfit.
And then one dude's like, this is the first time I've ever danced with a man, and she's like, yeah.
She's like, there's a first time for everything. Lowers her voice real low.
And then they do eventually get out. And the reporter for the National Enquirer thing, if they said, if we don't see him coming out of this gay club, we don't have a story. So they don't see him coming out, so they don't have a story. Gene Hackman walks by his driver, and he's like, hey, meet me at such and such an address. And he's like, not for $1 million, lady. I'm like, that's mean. Fucking dick.
So we don't get to really see the aftermath. They get in the car and drive off, and that's kind of the end.
Yep, and then the credits roll while we're at the wedding. And then there's a couple jokes. Somebody says, Bob Dole looks old or whatever. What did she say?
No, she said, Bob Dole looks gorgeous.
Oh, Bob Dole looks gorgeous. And then one other lady's like, who's the mother? Because Nathan Lane is fucking just wailing. And then the bio mom is, she's there. Because she finally met her biological son, and she's not a horrible person again. So, and he wanted her there, I'm assuming.
That's cool. I mean, like, it would be easy to jump on the, like, finding fault with her for not sticking around and being his mom train, but I think it's great. I think I'm completely on her side. I think it's fantastic. I think she did the right thing, and I think it's great that they're able to reconnect at this point and have some kind of a relationship. Doesn't have to be the traditional nuclear family in order to be happy. And the fucking son can go fuck himself still. Fuck that kid.
I did. My last note is the credits roll over a wedding of the two way too young people, which is the real tragedy of the piece.
That's I can't get on board with that.
It's fucking tragic. Don't get married until you're at least 25, and if you want to get married, wait another 5 years.
I'm fine. If you hit 25, it's like that's what I told my daughter because she's talking about she thinks her boyfriend's gonna propose, and I'm like, sweetie, please, just wait till you because she's 22, and I'm like, just have a long engagement.
Yeah.
If you get to 25, you still want to do it, okay, but please wait until then.
Or if he proposes, just break up with him.
Well, she's not going to do that. I know she's not going to. I know she wants to marry him. Like she wants it to be the love of my life thing. And I'm like, okay, but wait until you're 25.
Is that what you call your daughter? Butt?
Yeah, I'm like, listen, bud.
I'm very funny. I don't know why more people don't like me.
Just plucking that low hanging fruit all day long.
But yeah, don't get married young. It's a fucking dumb decision.
And the thing is in this modern world, you're going to get divorced. That's how it's going to go.
We have a living example sitting right across the table from me of somebody who got married young and knows it's a fucking terrible idea.
Yes, look, you're going to change. Okay, it's just science. Your brain is going to change. Once your brain starts to solidify, you get into your mid-late 20s, then is the time to be making those decisions and to decide if you want to settle down. And I still can't support marriage philosophically.
And then in another decade and a half, maybe you're going to turn into a crabby old asshole like me. So you're just going to keep changing. So you better find someone who can deal with that shit. Do you have any final thoughts on the Birdcage?
It's more of a tragedy now. Yeah, I watch it and it's not the carefree romp that it was in the 90s to me. It's still very funny. It's still a good movie, and Nathan Lane is he's a fucking star. Like I fell in love with him all over again watching this. But it is not carefree anymore. It's full of sadness. There's a lot of sadness in this movie. And so it's bittersweet in the truest sense. And it ends on a tragedy, the wedding of these two children. The ill-advised wedding of these two young people who are definitely divorced by now. Probably a bitter divorce too. She probably sided with her father, and it was ugly. There were property disputes. She probably owns a portion of the nightclub at this point, and she's.
Oh yeah, that's
she
probably
might
true.
be. I don't think she's being a dick about it. I think he'd probably be more of a dick about it if I'm being honest. But who's to say? Because honestly, neither of them in this movie are the people that they're going to end up becoming. The people they're going to be are going to be pretty different from what we're seeing right now. So she might turn into a real dickhole over the next few years. Oh my God, it's the origin story of Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh, good Lord. I like this movie. It took me a couple times. The first time I watched it, I think I'm like, yeah, that's fine. I don't really get it. Also, Val's a fucking asshole, and I don't like him. I just don't like the actor, really. I mean, he does a fine job, and once you get used to him, it's fine. But then I watched it again, and after Rachel suggested it, and I'm like, okay, so I didn't really feel it the first time. She's like, excuse me? I'm like, sorry, fuck. She almost ripped my balls off for that. But then I got it immediately. I'm like, okay, I'm on board. And then we watched it again today, and I'm like, oh yeah, no, I fucking get it again. I get it. Okay, cool. So I really like this movie. You are kind of correct. They're definitely not together anymore. There is not a fucking chance that these two go the distance.
No, hell no.
Just no. There's definitely a couple kids involved, and it's probably going to get pretty ugly. But it's a good movie. You should watch it. It's fairly progressive for the mid 90s, which is awesome.
You have to watch it in its element. You have to watch it, like
it is a 90s
like
movie.
It's an of its time movie. But I'll say this, as deep as I was in homophobia at the time, when I watched this, I remember enjoying the hell out of it because it's just it is a funny movie. Like it is a deeply funny movie.
It's good. You should watch it. Watch the French one too. Who gives a shit? Fucking go nuts.
Yeah, the only thing holding me back on the French one is no Nathan Lane, honestly.
Yeah, I just want to see the origin and want to see what it's like.
I am curious.
See how close it is.
Yeah.
To this one. So yeah, I think we're done. That's the fucking Birdcage. Rest in peace, Gene Hackman and his wife and his dog.
Yes.
That's very sad.
I concur.
It's a huge bummer. I hope somebody's taking care of those other 2 dogs at least. But yeah, well, we have lots of Gene Hackman movies to watch, so go do that.
He left behind an amazing body of work, a truly amazing body of work.
Tell us stuff about your stuff.
Follow me on Instagram at Samuel Mance, and then follow us on Instagram at The Shark Pod. But we're on other stuff too, not just Instagram. We're on Blue Sky yet?
We are on Blue Sky, but I have posted absolutely 0 things on Blue Sky because it's like Twitter, and I never liked Twitter either.
I'm on Blue Sky, and all my shit from my Instagram goes to it, but I never deliberately post on Blue Sky. Instagram's kind of my vibe, because that's where the tits and the fluffy animals are.
Fuck yeah, boy. Also, if I don't decide to shut it down and just start posting all the episodes on our main feed so we can have more stuff for people, we do have a Patreon. Because nobody's putting money into it anyways. Patreon.com/SharksAcrossHollywood. That's where you can go to give us money if you would like to do that. And you should do that.
Sweet Patreon.
But it doesn't matter. It's fine. We're having fun. At least I'm having fun. Remember, cheese pizza. We'll be back eventually at some future time.
With another Gene Hackman movie. Oh, no, I don't.
Somehow I doubt that. Welcome to Mooseport. That's what it'll be.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
But yeah, we'll be back eventually with another movie that stars people and things and stuff. And maybe it'll make you cry. Maybe it'll make you laugh. Maybe it'll make you puke. Who knows? It's not Wayne's World, but that kind of where that was sort of headed. So yeah, we'll be back. But until then, stay jawsome.